Welcome back to the Navy Sports Magazine on the Navy Sports Network. Time to shine the light on women's lacrosse with Nicole Victory. And I think the one thing I've always wanted to ask you is, how does a young lady from Issaquah, Washington, in this particular sport, find her way to the United States Naval Academy?
It's our club team. We have a bunch of coaches who are really interested in pushing Washington State right on the map, because obviously we're a little bit behind the East Coast. So we would travel 6-7 times a year to the East Coast to play in these tournaments with big name coaches coming out and watching. And so I was lucky enough my freshman year to get seen by the academy. And so they picked me up, and here I am 4 years later.
I know Navy, of course, has been out to Oregon. I know USC plays on the West Coast as well. How did you get interested in the sport of women's lacrosse?
It was actually one of our family friends who played at Ohio State 30 years ago. And he knew that I was into all sports at a young age. And he came to visit one time, and he brought a lacrosse stick, and he was like, here, try this and see if you like it. And so I was just playing catch with my dad, and I was like, oh yeah, like this is a fun sport. I like it a lot. And that was in second grade. And since then I haven't looked back.
I was going to say, certainly introducing the game and getting introduced to it at a young age is vitally important now. I mean, you know that from playing with and against some of the great competition you've seen already. You're a terrific athlete. Was there ever an opportunity, or did you ever look at another sport besides women's lacrosse, or was it always this one for you?
In high school, it was lacrosse and basketball. And then sophomore year, I decided that lacrosse is a sport that I wanted to try and pursue in college. But yeah, growing up, I tried to play as many sports as possible just to stay in shape. And I just love the competitiveness of sports. But in the end, the outside sport of lacrosse, I like that better than the indoor gym of basketball, and just more running up and down on the field. And at some points, a little bit more contact. So I decided to stick with lacrosse.
All right, now you're an offensive player, and the rules in this game definitely tilt in your favor. Is that one of the great attractions of being an offensive player in this sport right now? Because with the quality of the athletes we're seeing in this sport right now, the skills and the offense that we're seeing in this game are just off the charts at this point. Is that one thing you like about playing on the offensive end?
Yeah, I love just trying to perfect. Like, obviously nobody's perfect in sports, but there's just always that level of perfection to strive for. So even if I'm just sitting in my room hanging out, it's easy to just grab my stick and cradle, wall ball, do different tricks to try and just get yourself more used to playing with your stick, so that in games, if you're in uncertain circumstances, you can just kind of rely on your stick and muscle memory to do that for you. So that's, definitely one of the things I love about being an attacker, is being able to get creative.
You've obviously been blessed to play with some terrific folks in your time at the academy who have been some of your bigger influences in helping you get to the level where you are right now.
Definitely coming in plebe year when I had the Collins twins, Jenna and Julia, midfield and attack, kind of persuading me that, it is possible to get to that level. When I came in as a freshman, I was like, oh, I don't know if I'll ever be able to play on the field. Honestly, coming from Issaquah, I was just like, I'm just glad to be here. So kind of having them as my mentors and showing me the ropes. And then obviously last year with Kelly Larkin at the attack, kind of talking me through everything. And they've all, pretty much anybody on the team, whether they play or not, has been a great influence on me. And I just want to play great for them and for myself and for the team.
I was going to say, you mentioned coming from obviously the Pacific Northwest. Not only are you playing at Navy, but you're playing against the greatest competition in the country here, as Navy's obviously been successful during your time here. What does that mean to you to have been able to at least, be a part of this and really make that commitment that you made, and taking that risk to come to the East Coast really pay off for you?
I know it's an honor to play with and against all the best players in the country. And that's definitely the reason that I wanted to try to come to the East Coast to play lacrosse is because I knew how competitive it was. And yes, like it is competitive on the West Coast with the teams you mentioned, USC, Stanford, Oregon. But the East Coast just has a different level of competitiveness where every single team you're playing is you have to show up and play your best game. So it's honestly an honor every single game I get to step out there to be able to play with and against all these great athletes.
Right now for you and your teammates, certainly uncharted waters. You had to wait basically a year to get back out on the field. Now you've had multiple disruptions after you've gotten started. What's been the key to this? Is it more the physical part or just the mental part of trying to keep yourself focused on the task at hand, just waiting for that opportunity to resume again, where you and your teammates likely going to end up playing a lot of games in a short amount of time?
Honestly, I think it's more mental than anything because physical, you can work on that pretty easy. In the last 3 weeks when we've been in this hard ROM, every single day I go outside, I see my teammates outside either doing wall ball, shooting, running. So it's easy to try and stay on top of that. But the mental game of really never knowing what's coming next. Like for us, we thought the ROM was going to be 2 weeks and then it got extended again and we had to postpone our Loyola game. So it's just kind of always having that what if, and what if somebody tests positive and we have to postpone another game? So the mental factor of just trying to like stay sharp and be like, whenever we get to play, like you just need to go out and play your all because nothing's guaranteed anymore.
I was going to say, this place is challenging enough when everything is kind of normal and on a regular schedule. Personally, have you been pleased with the way that you've dealt with all of these distractions? It's tough enough on a regular, student athlete day, but, with all of this on top of it, to be able to deal with that and to still be here and percolating at a pretty good clip, proud of the way you've been able to handle this?
Yeah, I honestly am. And I can accredit that mostly to my friends and my family. Family back home just telling me to keep pushing on. It's the end of senior year. So once it's done, it's done. And then my other friends here who are also seniors, it's like we're all going through this together. So you're never alone, which is another good, like it's a pro of being here. Everybody's kind of going through the same stuff together. So you just kind of put your head down, grind, and just get through it until there are better days ahead.
I was going to say most senior classes, want to leave behind a legacy. As you and your fellow seniors look at this, do you even have any idea of what that is right now?
It's honestly hard because it's like with this hard run, our team hasn't been able to be together. So our senior team hasn't been able to do much besides check in. So at this point, we're just like trying to come back and be like, as a senior class, we're just going to finish strong. The senior class last year didn't get the opportunity to finish out their season. And we hope that doesn't happen to us. So we're just trying to come out strong as a team, rally everybody up together for the last month and a half or so, and then finish the season strong.
Well done to you and your teammates. Best of luck with the rest of the campaign as you will. We know you all will get back out there eventually here. Appreciate you taking some time, and we look forward to seeing the rest of the season with you guys.
Awesome. Thank you so much.